Hi everyone. Today we are here to discuss about many animals are suffering because people do not protect properly. Before that, I would like to introduce myself and my friends. My name is Surendran Kaliavan and my matrix number is 825A4633.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Shuaib bin Harun and my metric number is H24A3821.
Hi, my name is Hazim Daniel bin Hasnido. My matrix number is H24A3897.
Hi, my name is Abdullah Al Haddad bin Zabidi. My matrix number is L24A0536.
Okay, and today I would like to point my first view on the statement, which is many animals are suffering because people do not protect properly. In my point of view, the first reason for having that statement is pollution. Pollution is one of the biggest threats to wildlife. Human activities such as growing rubbish, releasing chemicals, and producing excessive plastic waste have seriously damaged natural environments. Animals living on land, in rivers, and in oceans are all affected by pollution. One major problem is plastic pollution. Every year, millions of tons of plastic end up in the sea. Marine animals such as turtles, dolphins, and fish often mistake plastic for food. After swallowing it, they may choke, starve, and die after because their stomach become blocked. For example, sea turtles sometimes mistake plastic bags for jellyfish, which is one of their natural foods. Other than that, water pollution is also extremely harmful. Factories and farms often release chemicals and waste into rivers and ocean. This polluted water poisons fish and other aquatic animals. Some animals become sick while others die because they cannot survive in contaminated environments. Lastly, I will say that another serious issue is oil spills. When oil leaks into oceans, it covers the feathers of birds and bodies of marine animals. Birds cannot fly properly, and sea animals struggle to survive in polluted water. Many animals die slowly from poisoning or starvation after such disaster. Anyone would like to point out their reason?
If I may continue, I think I could help further drive the point that you just gave home and elaborate further in a way that explains how pollution affects animal wildlife. Uh, One way pollution changes how animal migration and breeding patterns work is many animals time their migration and breeding to match seasons, rainfall, and food availability. As temperatures and seasons shift, some birds, butterflies, and marine species migrate earlier or later than usual. So they miss peak food supplies and arrive at breeding grounds when conditions are too hot, dry, or stormy. This is due to human driven climate change that harms wildlife in many more detailed ways than just making habitats too dry or too hot. Um, Not to mention that changing habitats and food sources in terms of rising temperatures push many plants and animals towards cooler areas closer to the south or north poles, higher up in the mountains, and uh, further into the tundra. But some species cannot move fast enough or at all. When plants such as trees or flowers bloom earlier or shift locations, animals that depend on them, like insects, birds, or herbivores, may arrive too late or find little food, which lowers their survival and breeding success. Um, Anything anyone of you would like to add?
Um, if I may, if I may take over the discussion a little bit. Um, there are other issues as well, such as animals used for entertainment often face poor treatment. Some animals in circuses, shows, or tourist attractions are forced to perform tricks through harsh training methods. They may also live in small cages and experience stress or suffering. Although zoos and animal parks can educate people about wildlife, we must ensure that animals are treated properly and kept in safe environments. Also, keeping exotic animals as pets is becoming more popular today. Some people keep snakes, monkeys, or even wild cats at home because they think these animals are unique or interesting. However, exotic animals are difficult to care for and can be dangerous. They need special food, large spaces, and proper medical care. In some cases, these animals may attack humans or become stressed in captivity.
Okay, I also want to add my own point, and the first is habitat destruction. Many forests, rivers, and oceans are being damaged because of logging, pollution, and development projects. When people cut down trees or throw rubbish into rivers and seas, animals lose their home and sources of food. For example, orangutans lose their habitat because forests are destroyed for farming and construction. When animals have nowhere to live, they may become endangered or even extinct. This shows that humans need to take better care of nature to protect wildlife. My second point is the illegal hunting and animal abuse. Some people hunt animals for money, food, or entertainment. Animals such as elephants, tigers, and rhinos are killed for their body parts, while some are captured and sold as exotic pets. Besides that, some animals are treated cruelly in circuses, farms, and laboratories. They also may suffer from pain, stress, and poor living conditions. This is unfair because animals also deserve care and protection.
You're muted.
Sorry, I totally agree with Suaib's point, and however, I will also say that it's all happened because of lack of awareness and responsibility of people. Many people do not realize how important animals to our environment and ecosystem. Animals help maintain the balance of nature. For example, bees help pollinate plants, birds control insect pollutions, and marine animals help keep ocean ecosystem healthy. However, because some people are unaware of those rules, they treat animals carelessly, ignoring their suffering. One major problem is that many people do not take responsibility to protect animals. Some pet owners abandon their pets when they no longer want them. These abandoned animals often suffer from hunger, disease, and injuries on the streets. In addition, some people buy exotic animals illegally without thinking about cruelty involved in capturing from their wild. Another issue is that people sometimes ignore law designed to protect wildlife. Even though governments create rules against illegal hunting and animal abuse, these laws are not always respected. Some individuals continue harmful activities because they only care about profit or convenience. Lack of awareness also leads to everyday actions that hurt animals indirectly. For instance, throwing rubbish into rivers or forests may seem harmless to some people, but it can destroy animal habitats and threaten their survival. Many people simply do not think about consequences of their actions on wildlife. Education is very important in solving this issue. Schools, media, and communities should teach people the importance of respecting and protecting the animals. When people become more aware, they are more likely to act responsibly and support conservation effects. In conclusion, animals are suffering because for me, I will say that suffering because humans fail to understand their value and refuse to take responsibility to protecting them. If society becomes more educated and caring, we can create a safer world for animals and future generation. What do you guys think?
I completely agree with you. Um, it is important for us to remember that this conversation is about how humans specifically fail to protect wildlife. And I think another big reason many animals are suffering, despite the fact that there are laws being put up against illegal hunting and such, people still find legal loopholes uh, to overexploit animals for food and products. This means that animals are still being overhunted, overfished, or farmed in very large numbers for meat, leather, ivory, fur, and other things. As a result, some species became endangered or even extinct, and many animals also go through long periods of suffering before they are killed. For example, elephants are poached for their ivory. Some fish are taken from the ocean faster than they can reproduce, and many animals in factory farms live in crowded and stressful conditions. This not only harms individual animals, but also damages the whole ecosystem. On a positive note, more people are starting to understand how choices affect animals. Many countries are creating stronger laws to protect wildlife and stop illegal hunting altogether and attempt to reduce overfishing. There are also more campaigns about animal welfare, plant based food, and eco friendly products, which shows that society is slowly moving towards treating animals with more respect. If this trend continues, we can hope for a future where animals are no longer overexploited for food and products, but are protected, respected, and allowed to live in healthier, safer environments. So, anything else to add?
Hmm. Yes, I agree with you. So we should protect animals by preserving the nature and treating animals with kindness. If everyone work together, we can create a safer world for animals in the future. I think that is all from us. Thank you.